Henry George is this late 19th century economist who was considered quasi-socialist in the late 19th century. He's considered semi-libertarian in the early 21st century, which maybe tells you something about how our society changed. But the basic Georgist obsession was real estate. And it was, if you weren't really careful, you would get runaway real estate prices. And the people who owned the real estate would make all the gains in a society, because there's something extremely inelastic about real estate, especially if you have strict zoning laws or things like this. The dynamic ends up being that you add 10% to the population in a city, and maybe the house prices go up 50%, and maybe people's salaries go up, but they don't go up by 50%. And so the GDP grows, but it's a giant windfall to the boomer homeowners and to the landlords, and it's a massive hit to the lower middle class and to young people who can never get on the housing ladder. And there's sort of a way that I model what's happened in the U.S., in Britain, Canada, a lot of the Anglosphere countries, is a Georgist real estate catastrophe. All sorts of places where, the real estate prices, the rents have gone up more and more. If we talk about the inflation problem, there's a way you could talk about inflation in terms of, the prices of eggs or groceries. But that's not that big a cost item even for lower middle class people. The really big cost item is the rent. I think in some ways Trump and J.D. Vance did manage to shift the conversation a little bit to this real estate problem. And again, I don't want to blame it all on immigration, but if you just add more people to the mix, and you're not allowed to build new houses because of zoning laws, or it's too expensive, or it's too regulated and restricted, then the prices go up a lot, and it's this incredible wealth transfer from the young and the lower middle class to the upper middle class and the landlords and the old. And there are reasons you might not want to do that.